Good morning. It's good to have you join us on Nigeria Now, showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. My name is Merciful Ajinimo. And of course, there are stories on the front pages of the national dailies for today. Joining us to analyze these stories is Adebayo Fajmi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we begin from this day newspaper. The big story there is finally PDP ditches zoning, throws presidential ticket open. Two riders, the first, Atiku Saraki, Tambuwal Bafarawa, others in joyous mood. And then the second rider says, Enugu governor unhappy, Fayose withdraws from committee to join presidential race. That is on the front page of this day newspaper. We know how long the controversial issue of zoning has been for a couple of months now, especially this year, come the 2023 elections preparation. And would I say some people are really not surprised because we have so many northern people coming out from the PDP, to contest in the 2023 general elections. And now we are seeing this news. It's good news for these people, but what's your reaction to this?
Yeah, I have said it repeatedly that, the way we are wired and, the structure of each political party in Nigeria that, zoning is essential. Especially if you look at it from the Fourth Republic 1999 up to date, each party has been zoning, a ticket either presidential or governor, in respective states and all of that. But, with this development in the PDP, I think it's going to be really, really fantastic because if you look at it, zoning or consensus that we have been talking about, earlier before, it's not true democracy in its real sense, because there won't be a level playing field
for everyone.
For everyone. And what makes you to feel among, to have a sense of belonging in a party is when you as a party member, even without the financial wherewithal, when you know that your vote counts, when you know that you have a say, regardless of your status in the party. So that is what makes democracy. I mean, that's the beauty of democracy. Not just that some people will just say, okay, because you have power, we just, impose somebody on people and all of that. So one is going to really, deepen the democratic process of the party. And at the same time, it's going to, enable them to, to gather a lot of money because, since they have thrown it out for whoever is interested to come and contest, of course, they will be able to garner a lot of money because people across all the zones, whoever is interested, will come and pick the form and compared to if they say we are zoning it to the zone or we are taking it to the north alone. You can imagine the limited number of people that will have access or that will be interested, to participate in the process. But this is a very good one for the party.
However, an argument for some Nigerians, especially on the issue of democracy, when we talk about zoning, they are of the opinion that when we want to talk about inclusion, zoning must be number one on the table. And now you're talking about democracy. For some Nigerians, of course, it is if we have access to this same thing, if everyone is included in this big table, that means it's democracy for some Nigerians. What's your take on that? Yeah,
the problem we have as a nation is not even the zone, but it is our leadership structure and our mindset, the way we are wired. And I think our mindset has been conditioned so much that we bear that ethnic sentiment that whoever is from my side of the country is who I'm going to support. And we have seen it over time that when you are in a position of power, so you want to marginalize some certain set of people, and that has been, luring people to also canvass for their right, to be in that same position because they know that if a particular person from another part of the country gets there,
it will prioritize his place.
Yes, it's going to favor, his people, and it's going to prioritize them, compared to other parts. So that is the problem. At the end, we have, a kind of leadership system and structure. We have a breed of leaders who are sincere and who can run inclusive government. I think that wouldn't have been an issue.
Definitely, I do agree with you on that one. And of course, this story, it does resonate with the big story on Daily Sun that says 2023 PDP dashes South hopes, throws presidential ticket open. And the two riders on the Daily Sun is Ohaneze, Middle Belt Forum, Kokori, others react, and group tells APC to zone ticket to Southeast. and that's on page 6. Still on the issue of zoning. Still on election matters from the very top of Daily Sun. 2023 gubernatorial election, IU appeals to Abia PDP stakeholders to resolve crisis, wants that allowing standoff to linger may result to party losing state. And there's another big story on that paper. 12 soldiers, 3 vigilantes killed as terrorists attack military base in Kaduna. Of course, that's on the Daily Sun newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper, the big story is why Kaduna is vulnerable to attacks despite military presence. A couple of riders there, terrorists raid military base, kill 17 soldiers. Reps, Amechi, service chiefs meet, pledge to turn tight on insecurity. Nigeria bleeding, says Tinubu. And Army says we are reviewing security architecture to bridge gaps, build troops, resolve. Of course, the story is still Kaduna, Kaduna, Kaduna. Insecurity, insecurity, insecurity. What's your take on this update?
It's still a posy for me because considering the number of military establishment that you have in Kaduna alone, and you see this incessant attack, on the states, you wonder what is strong. And of course, definitely something is strong. And people wouldn't have really say much about this administration because we know what they leverage on when they were coming to power in 2015. So there is nothing. In fact, they said within the space of a few months that Mr. President is ex-military general, this, that, he has the capacity, he has everything to ensure that this comes to an end. But unfortunately, this still persists. So I think one, our security architecture needs to be reviewed, and secondly, I think this repentant Boko Haram that that they surrendered a few months ago, and many of them, according to the authorities, they said they have been conscripted into the army. I think there is a leakage, because if you are going to carry out, there is no doubt that these people have access to information. So there is a leakage. So if that thing can be blocked and the security architecture is completely reviewed, I think this will give us a headway to ensure that the attack in Kaduna and other part of the country come to an end.
Definitely, I agree with you on that one. Talking about revamping and reviewing Nigeria's security architecture, on the Daily Trust newspaper, the big stories: insecurity, act now, elders tell Buhari. Nigeria never had it this bad. That's coming from Unaye Kwande. 15 soldiers, 2 civilians, 3 vigilantes killed in Kaduna. Bandits can be wiped out in 6 months. That's coming from ex-generals. And Army says we're reviewing our tactics. Of course, that's the big story on Daily Trust on page 5. From the very top, coast clear for Atiku, Saraki, others as PDP committee throws race open. We see secrecy plagues MDA's revenues, spending as open treasury portal shuts down. That's on page 22. Beside the picture of the day, Kanu atheist bagged 45 years for blasphemy, incitement, and that's on page 4. On page 33, I'm with Erufai, we have to eliminate terrorists. That's coming from Tinubu. Of course, we know Tinubu's place in 2023 election. We know he's coming out for presidency and everything. Now he's tying himself to the governor of Kaduna State and is standing on his ground. What do you think this means for Nigeria?
I think the solidarity is shown to Governor Erufai is very timely, and Tinubu, has been a man known for his goodwill. During his visit, he also donated 50 million naira, to the state government, and and this is apart from that, last week his 70th birthday colloquium was suspended just because of the national tragedy. So I think he has shown a very good way, and he has shown a good quality that a leader should exude to his fellow people. And
don't you think this is timely? Talking about what usually happens in the country, where when it's close to the election, nominees and presidential aspirants, governorship aspirants come out to do things good, so they can win the trust of people, and after that, we do not know what now happens.
Now, do you know? Is before now, Tinubu is known for his goodwill. It's not because he has been doing it before. So some people may not know, but this is not the first time Tinubu is doing this, for a state like this. So he has been doing it over time, and you know, I'm not surprised as, you know, he is doing it again.
All right, that story is on page 33 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And on The Nation, of course, 2023 presidential ticket, PDP to jettison zoning. And that is on the big story right there on page 5 of The Nation newspaper. Don't forget, you can also stay updated on our website. That is www.tostvnetwork.com. And our social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, the handle is @TOSTV Network. Thank you, Adiba, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And don't forget, viewers, we are always here for you Mondays to Fridays. To come your way again tomorrow, I am Merciful Ajinmo. Bye for now.